Brittany MacLean, NCAA champion in the 200 free. Okay.
Still sounds funny.
So which means more, like the sound of being NCAA champion again after all that's happened the past couple of years, or the fact that it was in the 200 free? Or being funny and then it was the 200.
Oh, I mean, it is funny. I'll admit that. I never would have thought in a million years. My 200 free, like even 2 years ago when I was swimming really well, I was like 4th or 5th, and that was exciting. And the heat in there obviously was a lot faster. It was like Missy Franklin from my teams, but especially like Shannon Vreeland. I used to race against like Allison Schmidt, Meg Romano. So definitely a completely different group of girls this year. A lot of them are young, like second place freshmen. So yeah, I mean, 200, it was never on my radar all year. But like I talked about right after the race, all I cared about was getting my hand on the wall for my team. And that last 50, I know I'm going to probably watch my race and laugh pretty hard at what looks at my first 100. But that's the mistake I made yesterday. I didn't swim my own race, and I was very upset. Not at all with coming second. Leah Smith is an amazing racer, an amazing swimmer. 100%, she deserved that. But the time for me was really shocking in a way. I know I had trained to go so much better than that, and I think I just didn't swim my own race. I was too worried about other people in the heat and trying to race other people. And tonight I had no idea where I was the whole race, but I think that helped me out a lot. So the first 100, I always stay relaxed, and I was able to stay relaxed, and I knew I would have it in me in the last 50. I didn't know I touched first until I looked back, but it just meant so much. The rest of my teammates did so well early on, and so I felt like we needed that, and I couldn't ask for more right now.
You just answered a bunch of questions.
I'm sorry. I like to talk.
Anyone else have a question?
Yeah. So after dealing with a hamstring injury, a shoulder injury, torn labrum, like you said, what's it like to just come out on top after dealing with all that last week?
It's incredible. Yeah, I mean, this whole year I've been grinding, to say the least, but it's definitely the best training I've ever put up. I can say that with confidence. And coming off of conference, I think all of us were a little bit disappointed. Not in the way we raced. Everyone raced super hard. It just was, it was hard to be defeated. And I mean, any team will say that. And most of us were used to winning SECs, and that was something new for us. But I think it fueled the fire, and everyone knew they had more to come at this meet. And it's going to be very close tomorrow. And so every point matters right now. And definitely just relieved to be where I'm at after what's going on. And tomorrow's my last day ever racing for the Bulldogs, so this isn't just like all the training. This is a lot of heart, and anything I have left in me is going to be left in the pool.
So you just got a new PR for this hyper race, the 200, and this is possibly the best time in the NCAA for women this year. How are you feeling going into this race specifically? Were you feeling extra confident?
I mean, like I said, last night was super disappointing, and I knew I had to just forget about it, put it in the past. I was upset last night. I went back, I got a massage, just completely tried to take my brain away from what had happened and move on, and that's what you have to do in a meet like this, and just no matter the good or the bad, you just need to move on. And so after this morning, I mean, I was seated like 9th or 10th or 8th maybe at best, so I just wanted to get in the final, and then I was a top seed. I'm like, you know what, I can do this. And after the relay, splitting 141.4, I knew I had it in me, and I didn't know what it was going to take to win. I can't control what other people go, so I was just focused on swimming my own race and correcting the mistakes I made last night and just trying to be the best for my team.
So you guys are still in first place, still hanging in there, though it's definitely tightened up. 2 big races yesterday I thought were big for that momentum. Obviously, the relay in the morning, moving up from 15th to 2nd, and then Olivia winning the 50 at night. What was that like for you guys on deck? Did you really feel the momentum with that and how those?
Oh yeah,
big
I mean, like I said, I was upset after my race, but I was so excited for Smogs that I was like, I just grabbed Rachel, who's my best friend on the team, and just started bawling in her arms. I was like, so many emotions going back and forth. Obviously, those were good tears, but I think I had some waiting from sadness. So, I mean, there's just, this kind of meet is so up and down. It always is, and it always will be. There's never been a perfect meet for any team. Everyone's gone through a few ups and downs, and now there's been some really fast swimming and some really tough battling, and we can't control, like I said, what any other team does. So the momentum definitely that was huge for us last night when Olivia won and our relay making the final. Every single one of our relays has moved up so far, and that was what we needed in order to contend this title. And we're catching up points than we were supposed to score, and that's all we can really ask of the girls. And we're such a tight-knit group. It's smaller than we're used to, but I think in that way it adds a little bit because we're so close, and every single person's points matter. So the people that aren't in finals are just cheering their butts off, and it's just so cool to watch. I love this team so much, and I'll say it a million times, but it's really true. It's such an honor to be a Bulldog, and yeah, I gave credit to Harvey behind in my post-race interview, but he really has made me the athlete I am, and the training he puts me through is unreal, but he knows what he's doing, and I trust him 100%, and I know he's prepared me for this meet and for my trials coming up in 2 weeks. So like I said, I never would have thought I was doing the Turner Free and I would win the Turner Free. Today I'm a sprinter, and tomorrow I will be back in my distance mode and see how I can do in the mile.
So we got to talk about that, the mile. What's going to be your approach for that race? Like you said, you had Leah Smith, and you sort of let that get to you in the 500. How do you keep that out of your head and go for yourself?
I'm just going to swim my own race again.
Which is what?
Whatever it feels like. I mean, I like to come back strong, but in the mile, it's just kind of grinding out every single stroke. But like I said, every single practice has led me to this point. I know I'm capable of having a really good swim, and I know that, like I said, my heart will be in it. I hope I get some good recovery tonight, race, potentially on a relay tomorrow. We'll see about that. So
really interesting. You really are a sprinter now.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just all about points for the team. I will do whatever I need to do. And so anything will lead me to preparation for my mile. And I know when it comes down to it, when I get on the blocks, I'll have 14 girls and the rest at home cheering me on, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
You guys gonna get a Bulldog cheering section?
One more.
You guys gonna get a Bulldog cheering section out here from Athens? Are they gonna come out and watch one?
Yeah, there's lots of people actually here today. I mean, we have everyone's families are here, and then 2 or 3 girls in the team, and then we have a few post-grads from last year are here. I know some people came to watch the diving as well. Some of the divers were here, so it's just really cool to be close to home and have a little bit extra. I know there's some fans in the stands just from local that are cheering on the Dogs, so that's really cool. And it's always nice because I feel like they're loud up there. I get my voice from my mother, so I can always hear her in the stands when she needs it. And I saw her running down, getting in trouble by security. But I mean, it's they knew they saw me bawling my eyes out every night in pain or frustration. So it was really cool for them to be here. And my sister missed my last NCAA championship, so it was pretty cool for her to be here tonight.
All right, thanks, Brittany.
Thank you.
Nice one.